Howdy! Howdy! I'm just so proud to be here. I tell you, I just got back from Grinder Switch. You know, it's so nice to go home. Don't y'all like to go home and visit with your relatives and family? It is so nice to go home. And I just got back, and I tell you, Aunt Ambrosie, she's doing real good. She's doing real good now. She's told me she had been kind of having a problem with her nerves. Said she just was feeling kind of jittery. But she said she found her some medicine that was helping her. I have my suspicion that it might be some of Uncle Nabob's corn squeezins. But anyway, she said she was really feeling better. She said, well, my goodness, Minnie. She said, now I talk to people I don't even like. So I guess she's doing better. And Uncle Nabob, well, she's going to put him on a diet, and he's getting thin. I tell you, I worry about him. I'm afraid he's going to fall through his pant leg and hang himself. He's having all sorts of problems. But I'm kind of on a diet too. I'm on one of those no carbs left behind. But anyway, and poor brother, he's just having a time, you know. He's just getting so forgetful. I tell you, if Aunt Ambrosie didn't write his name on his shorts, he probably wouldn't know who he is. He just is having a terrible time. We all decided the other day to go to town, and we all run and got in the car, everybody but brother. So I went and looked him up and found him in his room, just sitting there on the bed staring in a mirror. And I said, brother, we're all waiting for you in the car. What are you doing out here? And he said, well, I've been sitting here studying this mirror. He said, I know I've seen that feller somewhere. I don't know. Poor brother. He does have his problems. And then, I'll tell you, there's Clem Perkins. I talked to him the other day, and his little grandson was visiting. And that is the cutest little feller you ever saw. He's just sweet as sugar. But he's sure leading his grandma around. She heard him using some words the other day she didn't like. He was going around saying darn this and darn that, and she didn't like it at all. And so she called him in and set him down, and she said, now Billy, I don't like that word. And if you promise me that you won't say that word again, I'll give you a dime. And he thought, oh, that's great. He said, I promise, Grandma, I won't use that word anymore. And boy, he went away happily with his dime. And then, about 30 minutes later, he came back, and he said, Grandma, I've got a new word. It's worth a whole $1. Anyway, I just really did enjoy myself there. And Zeke Jones, he told me he had a salesman. He was out working in his yard, and a salesman dropped by. And he asked him, he said, sir, he said, can you tell me how to find my way back to town? He said, I've been out here seeing customers, and he said, I got lost, and I can't find my way back to town. And so Zeke told him how to get back. But while Zeke was visiting with him, why, the fellow looked over across the way into this pen, and he saw this hog walking around out there with a wooden leg. And he thought, that's strange. And he said, sir, he said, can I ask you why you have a hog walking around there with a wooden leg? And Zeke says, oh, yeah. He said, that's a very special hog. And the salesman said, well, what's so special about him? And he said, he's really special. He said, he said, a couple of summers ago, why, he said, I was out plowing in the field, and somehow I managed to tip my tractor over on top of me. And he said, that hog rooted himself out of his pen underneath and came out to the field, and he just rooted all around that tractor until he had dug me out of there. And he said, that is one special hog. And the salesman said, well, that's nice, but you really didn't answer my question. And he said, oh, well, he said, when you have a hog that special, you only eat him a little bit at a time.